We are going to start in a child's pose position. So coming down onto your mats, bring your feet together, have your knees spread nice and wide, and just reach your arms out in front as you rest your forehead down onto the mat. Pressing your hips back towards your heels. And just starting to set your intention, the purpose for your practice today. What is it that your body needs, desires? And then giving yourself the permission to just let go. Nothing else matters right now but just you on your mat. Start to bring awareness to your breath as you inhale deeply through your nose and exhale right back through the nose. Creating that steady breath, that steady pace with your breath. Filling your lungs up all the way and emptying them out all the way. Take a big breath in here, and as you exhale, walk your hands over towards the left side of your body. Pull that right hip down towards your mat. Focus on breathing into the right lung. Keep pulling that right hip down towards the earth. Feeling the elongation in the right side body. Maybe walking that right hand on top of the left. Continuing to breathe in and out through the nose. And walk your hands to the center and then over towards the right side. Pull the left hip down towards the mat. Now focus on breathing into the left lung and elongating the left side body. Maybe walking that left hand on top of the right, continuing to pull the left hip down. Walk your hands back towards the front. Press those hips back a little bit further. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Press your palms into the mat and gently roll the shoulders out and underneath. Feel that space in the upper back between the shoulder blades start to open up. Take a big breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, pressing the palms in, rolling them out and under just a little bit more. And then on your next inhale, rise to a tabletop position, all fours. Place your hands directly underneath your shoulder, fingertips spread nice and wide. Knees are going to be directly underneath your hips. And we're going to wake up the spinal column with a few cat-cows. As we take an inhale, we're going to drop our belly, lift the chin, and look up. And exhaling, pressing through those palms, arching your back up, tucking the chin under. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, and look up. Exhale, pressing the palms, arching the back. One more time. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, look up. Exhale, pressing through the palms, arching the back. Come back to a neutral tabletop position. Bring the left hand to the inside of your body. Take an inhale, reach the right arm up high to the sky. Exhale, thread underneath, hover just above the mat. Inhale, reach up high to the sky. Exhale, thread underneath and hover. Inhale, reach up high to the sky. Exhale, come all the way down. Bring that right shoulder down onto the mat. Extend the left arm out. Bring the right cheek down onto the mat. Resting the head down onto your mat. Pressing the right arm into the floor to feel that little spinal twist and stretch the shoulder. Now, if you want to get a little bit deeper, option to reach the left arm up to the sky, or maybe taking a bind, bring that left hand to your lower back, reaching for the inner right thigh. Pulling that left shoulder down away from your ears, you continue to press that right arm into the floor. Releasing the bind if you took it, reaching that left arm back up to the sky, out in front. Press back to the tabletop position for the other side. Right hand down to the center of the body. Inhale, reach the left arm up high to the sky. Exhale, thread underneath and hover above that mat. Inhale, reach up high to the sky. Exhale, thread underneath and hover. Inhale, reach up high to the sky. Exhale, come all the way down, left shoulder down onto the mat, extending that right arm up, left cheek rests down onto the mat. Following the same pathway as you chose for the other side, whether it's continuing to reach that right arm out, or maybe reaching the right arm up to the sky, or finding that half bind, reaching the fingers to the inner left thigh, drawing that right shoulder back, continuing to press that left arm into the floor. Reconnecting with that breath. If you're in the bind, release out of the bind, reaching the arm back forward, pressing back to tabletop position. And from this tabletop position, we're going to find a gates pose. Let's bring the left knee down, your left hand is going to be down, and extend your right foot flat to the back of the mat. Inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky, and then extend over your head, lifting the right hip up. Feel that nice side body stretch, reaching those fingertips all the way out and continuing to connect the right foot to the mat. And then we're going to bring the right hand back down, changing sides, the gate pose for the other side. Right knee down, extend the left foot flat to the back of your mat. Right hand is down for support. Inhale, reach that left arm up to the sky. And then extend over your head, reaching those fingertips out. Keeping that left foot pressed into the mat and lifting that left hip high to the sky. And then come back to a tabletop position. Curl your toes under, lift yourself up to a downward facing dog. Maybe keeping a nice little bend in your knees to allow those hips to lift high to the sky. Maybe walking the hands closer to your body, shortening that stance. Really focusing on trying to lift those hips up. Whether your heels touch down to the mat or not, that's okay. We want to focus on making that nice slope with our back. Continuing to press through the palms, fingers spread wide, rolling the shoulders out and underneath. Then bring gentle movement, bending one knee as you press the opposite heel down towards the mat and changing sides. And bend both knees slightly, look forward, and start to tiptoe. Walk your feet towards your hands, top of the mat. And then from here, walk your feet nice and wide, mats width apart. Maybe have a block to place your hands onto the block to allow for a little extra space. Let's bring your left hand down onto the block, or maybe tenting your fingers onto the mat. Slight bend in the left knee. And you're going to inhale, reach that right arm up to the sky, taking a twist. Continuing to breathe steadily through the nose. And bring the right hand down. We're going to change sides. Slight bend in the right knee. Inhale, reach the left arm up to the sky. And bring the left hand down. Remove the block if you brought the block in. Heel toe the feet in, hips width apart. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, placing your hands onto your shins or maybe your thighs. And as you exhale, lower back down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Bring your arms down by your side. Maybe keep a little bend in your knees. We're going to inhale, reach the arms up high to the sky. Inhale, reach up, look up. Grab your left wrist with your right hand. And as we exhale, over towards the right side of the body, getting that little twist. Side bend. Not quite a twist. Inhale, reach back up to the sky. Change sides. Exhale, over towards the left. Really pressing the hip out towards the side. Inhale, reach up towards the top. And exhale, cactus those arms, lift through the chest. Inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, cactus those arms, lift through that chest. Really pull those elbows back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach up. This time, hands together, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Place your hands down onto the mat. Step the right foot all the way back. Bring the right knee down onto your mat. Low lunge here. You can either place your hands onto a block on either side or both sides of your left foot, or maybe tent those fingers, just allowing for a little extra space. Or you can also bring your hands onto your thighs to lift the chest up and away. Really feeling it on the right side. Feel that psoas muscle starting to stretch, and continue with that steady breath. We find our alignment, and then allows us to reconnect with our breath once we find that alignment. And then we're going to bring our hands down, frame that left foot, and we're going to find a half split. Draw those left toes towards us as we fold over that left leg. Really pressing the left heel into that mat, and then just moving the hands around to fill in the space that's appropriate for you. And then we're going to connect the breath with our movement. As we inhale, come to the low lunge, lift up. And on the exhale, fold, half split. 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. So really connect with that breath. Move with your breath. Maybe your breath's a little bit longer, maybe it's a little bit shorter. Folding into it one last time. Come back to that low lunge, and then we're going to bring the right foot up to meet the left. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, arms down by your side. Inhale, reverse swan, reach up high to the sky. As we exhale, hands down by our side. Inhale, reach up. And fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, placing the hands down, stepping the left foot back, finding that low lunge, left knee down. Again, trying to just mimic the same pathways you took for the other side. Really focusing on pressing those hips down to the mat so that you can stretch and open up the left side. Finding that alignment that works best for you, and then connecting with that breath. Take a big inhale, lift up. And exhale, frame your right foot, fold into it, half split. Adjusting your hands to keep that chest lifted, pressing the right heel into that mat. And then once again, we're going to connect that breath with the movement. Take an inhale, find that low lunge, lift up. And exhale, folding into that half split. Moving at the pace of your breath. Inhale, lift to the low lunge. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to that low lunge. And then frame that right foot. Draw the left foot to meet the right, top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, arms down by your side. Inhale, reverse one as we reach up high to the sky. Exhale, hands down by your side. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Place your hands down onto the mat. Step the right foot back and then the left, finding that high plank position. Press those heels back. Hold this high plank for just a moment. And then we're going to shift our weight forward, bending our elbows lower down, chaturanga. All the way down. Inhale, up, cobra. And exhaling, lowering down. Keep those elbows in, curl your toes under, lift to your knees. High plank and downward facing dog. Take 3 nice big breaths here in down dog. See if you can get those hips a little bit higher. Anytime you need to cool the body down, you can open your mouth to exhale. And then walk the feet together. Inhale the right foot high to the sky, toes pointed down. Exhale, knee to nose and hold. Inhale back up high to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose and hold. Inhale back up high to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, and then step it all the way through. Stay on your back toes. We're going to come up to a crescent. Inhale to reach the hands up high to the sky. Draw the shoulders down away from your ears. Finding that alignment and reconnecting with your breath. And then bring the right hand back behind you, revolving your crescent. Reaching for the back of the left thigh, reaching those left fingertips up high to the sky. Getting in deep as you like today. And then we're going to come to a twist. Reach the left arm forward, release the right arm and bring it back behind you. Palms are going to face out. Take an inhale, reach back forward, regular crescent. And then on the exhale, we're going to reach forward, hold reaching forward. Stay with that breath. And then bring the hands down, framing that right foot, left hand down. Inhale, right arm up, easy twist. Bring the right hand back down. Step back to high plank, chaturanga, shifting the weight forward, bend the elbows, lower down slowly. Inhale, up cobra, or maybe up dog. And then meeting in downward facing dog. For the left side, inhale, left foot up. Exhale, knee to nose and hold. Inhale, up. Exhale, knee to nose and hold. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, finding that crescent, staying on the back toes. Inhale to reach up high to the sky. As you exhale, allow yourself to settle into that lunge, finding your alignment and reconnecting with the breath. We're going to take the revolve crescent, bringing the right arm back behind you, reaching for the back of the right thigh as we reach the right fingers up towards the sky. Finding that twist, reach the right arm forward, release the left arm, reach back, palms are facing out. Bring the left arm forward, reach up, regular crescent, and then reach forward and hold here, but continue to breathe. Bring the hands down, framing that right foot, and keep the right hand down, reach the left arm up, easy twist. Left hand down, step back to high plank. Option for the chaturanga, or you can skip it. And we're going to meet in downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale the right foot high to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Pivot your back foot flat. Warrior two, using your arms to cartwheel yourself up and open. Finding a heel to arch alignment with your feet, or maybe a heel to heel alignment. Extending the arms out, palms face down, and trying to keep the shoulders stacked directly over your hips, forming a T, rather than shifting your weight forward. Gazing over that right hand. Flip that front palm. We're going to reverse our warrior. Reaching the left arm down, right arm up. Come back to your warrior two. And we're going to find an extended side angle, your version. Maybe starting with your right forearm onto your right thigh as you reach the left arm up, stacking that left shoulder on top of the right. Or maybe you have that block and you want to place the block to the inside of your right foot. Or maybe you can reach the fingertips down to the inside of the right foot, continuing to stack the left shoulder on top of the right. We're going to use our side obliques. Work our way back up to that warrior two, reverse it, and cartwheel your arms forward, framing the right foot, stepping back to high plank, option for that chaturanga, and coming back to downward facing dog. For the left side, from down dog, inhale left foot up high to the sky, toes down. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, pivot the back foot flat. Use your arms to cartwheel yourself up to the warrior two, finding that heel to arch alignment or a heel to heel. 90-degree bend in the front knee, making sure that knee doesn't cave inwards, but keeping it directly over your heel. We're going to reverse the warrior, flip the front palm, reach the right arm back, left arm up. Coming back to that warrior two, finding your version of side angle. Maybe starting with the left forearm onto the left thigh. As you reach the right arm up, stacking that right shoulder on top of the left. Again, option maybe to reach your left hand down to the inside of the left foot, or placing your hand onto the block. Continuing to breathe. Utilizing the side obliques, come back to the warrior two, reverse it. Cartwheel those arms forward, framing the left foot, step back to high plank. Option 4, that chaturanga, your vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. 3 breaths in downward facing dog. Big breaths in through the nose. And maybe opening the mouth, cooling the body down. 1 big breath in. And exhaling it out. Bend both knees, look forward, step or maybe lightly jump to the top of the mat. Forward fold, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, sit back, find a chair pose. Maybe just bringing your hands together into a prayer position as you allow yourself to sit down into that invisible chair. Maybe reaching the hands directly out in front, palms face each other. Or maybe you want to extend those hands up towards the sky, framing your ears with your arms. Finding the chair that best suits you. Knitting those ribs in, continuing to breathe. On your next inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, hands down by your side. And then from here, step your right foot directly back behind you for a pyramid pose. Have the block nearby. Bring your hands onto your hips. Hug those elbows back behind you as far as you can. Lifting up through that chest. Take a big inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to slowly fold forward and hold halfway, making sure not to lock out that left knee. Gaze over the left foot. Keep hugging those elbows in. And then go ahead and lower those hands down, maybe placing them onto your thigh or your calf, your shin, or maybe you can frame your fingers around the left foot. Finding the space that you have today, holding this pyramid pose. You want to shift the left hips back slightly, allowing those right hips to move forward. That'll intensify that stretch just a little bit more. But just making sure that you continue to breathe. And filling in the space and making sure you're not caving in. And then placing your hand onto that block, or if the space allows, keeping your hand onto the mat, right hand onto that block to the inside of that left foot. We're going to add a twist. Inhale, reach that left arm up to the sky. Continuing to breathe. You're going to start to shift your weight forward, bend that left knee slightly, and then go ahead and move that block slightly forward so that you can lift the back leg, lifting that right leg, keeping the right foot flexed. Revolved half moon. Bring the left hand down to meet the right. And then here, bring the right foot behind the left leg. Touch the feet together. Little stretch here. Then take an inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Arms down by your side. We're going to inhale, reach up high to the sky. Grab your hands up at the top, interlace the fingers. And then we're going to go ahead and lean over towards your right. And then reach up to the center. Exhale, release the hands, release the right foot. And we're going to find pyramid for the other side. Stepping the left foot directly back behind you. Hands onto those hips, squeeze those elbows in. Taking that big inhale. On the exhale, slowly lowering halfway and hold. Gaze over that right foot, making sure not to lock out the right knee. Continuing to squeeze those elbows together and not holding your breath. Continue to breathe. And then release the hands down onto your thigh, your shin, or framing your right foot, tenting those fingers, or placing your hands onto your blocks. Shift the left hip forward, allowing the right hip to shift back. Find that little intensity of the stretch, finding that space. And then breathing into those open spaces. And then either tenting your fingers or keeping your hand down onto the mat or bringing that block into the inside of the right foot, we're going to find that twist. Left hand down, inhale, reach the right arm up to the sky. And we're going to find that revolved half moon. So bending the right knee slightly, shift that left hand forward. And then when you're ready, lifting that back leg, keeping the left foot flexed. And then bringing the right hand down, we're going to bring the left leg behind the right leg. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, fold, reverse swan with our legs crossed. Inhale, reach up, interlace those fingers at the top. And this time we're going to shift over towards the left. Inhale back to the center. Release the arms and release the left foot behind the right. Mountain pose. Just holding here for a moment. Full mountain pose, maybe closing your eyes. Palms are going to face out. Relaxing the jaw muscles, making sure the muscles in the face haven't tensed up. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and close your eyes. Feel the earth below you. Give a gentle wiggle of your toes. Find the four corners in your feet. One corner is the big toe. The other corner is the little toe. Third corner is going to be the outside of the heel. And the fourth corner, the inside of your heel. Draw those kneecaps up, lift them away from the earth. Pull your shoulders down, lift through the chest. Feel the strength of your body just standing still. Take a big breath in through your nose. Open the mouth. Blink the eyes open. Inhale, reach the hands up high to the sky. Look up, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Place your hands down onto your mat. We're going to step the left foot back and then the right to a high plank position. And then lower down to your knees. Tabletop position. We're going to do a little bit of a back bend here. Bringing the left hand to the center of the body, maybe just slightly. And then extending the right foot up, keeping the knee bent. Flex the right foot as if you're pressing a block up to the sky that's on your foot. And then from here, we're going to reach the left arm back behind you, grabbing for the foot or maybe the ankle. trying to pull that right foot into your hand as you press the earth away with your right hand. Really lifting, kicking and pulling, continuing to breathe so you're not holding that breath. And gently releasing out of it. We're going to change sides. So you're going to extend that left foot up, flexing the left foot, holding that invisible block on your foot, pressing it up towards the sky. Press your hands away from the earth. And then reach the right arm back behind you, reaching for that left foot or the left ankle. As you really kick that foot into the hand, and you're really pulling. Pressing through the left hand to press yourself away from the earth as you continue to kick and pull. Continue to breathe. And gently release down. Take a child's pose position. And then we're going to rise up to downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale that right foot high to the sky. Exhale, knee to right elbow, hold. Inhale, reach up high to the sky. Exhale, knee to left elbow, hold. Inhale, reach up high to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through, pivot the back foot flat. Find that warrior two. Heel to arch alignment, 90-degree bend in that front knee, making sure the knee doesn't fall inward. And then from this warrior two, we're going to reach both arms up to the sky, straighten that right leg, bend the left knee, Skandasana, reaching to the left side, your version of Skandasana. And then from here, we're going to reach the hands to the back of your mat, pivot the left toes forward, pivot the right toes forward, walk the left toe foot out to the very edge of your mat to find lizard, placing the hands to the inside of your mat. Option to lower that right knee down to the mat, or you can keep the right knee lifted. Staying with that breath. And if your right knee is lifted, go ahead and lower it down to the mat. We're going to open up the left hip a little bit more. So let the inside of that left foot lift off the mat. Place your left hand to the inside of the left thigh to gently press the knee away and finding that twist as you shift your gaze over the left shoulder. And then we're going to release back to that lizard. Pivot the back foot, come onto the knee, refine that Skandasana however you can. And then we're going to walk our hands to the right foot, shifting back to the front of the mat. Framing the right foot, and now we're in a low lunge. We're going to step the right foot back high, plank position, downward facing dog. Repeating for the left side. In down dog, inhale the left foot high to the sky. Exhale, knee to left elbow, hold. Inhale, reach up high to the sky. Exhale, knee to right elbow, crossbody, hold. Inhale, reach up high to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, step it through. Find that warrior two. Again, 90-degree bend in the front knee, making sure the knee doesn't fall inward. And then reach both hands up, straighten that left knee, pivot the toes, find the Skandasana on the right side. your version of Skandasana. Maybe you're not down as far. Maybe you're up a little bit. Maybe you're resting your hand onto the thigh. Whatever version you're at today is totally fine. And just know from our Skandasana, we're going to transition into that lizard. So we're going to walk our hands, framing the right foot, pivot the right toes forward, pivot the back toes forward. Walk that right foot to the edge of your mat, hands placed to the inside of the right foot. Again, option to lower that left knee down to the mat, or you can keep the knee lifted. If your knee is still lifted, lower it back down to the mat, and we're going to find that twist. Lift the inside of the right foot off of that mat. Place your right hand to the inside of your right thigh, gently pressing that right knee away and finding a twist as you shift your gaze over the right shoulder. And we're going to release. Curl that toe back under. Pivot back over. Low lunge, left toes pointing forward. And then step back to high plank. And this time downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths in your downward facing dog. And then walk your hands back towards your feet. Forward fold, ragdoll. Maybe keeping a gentle bend in both your knees here. And then go ahead and grab opposite elbows. Gently pull down onto those forearms, elongating the sides of the body and letting your head hang heavy. And then gently swaying from side to side. Feel your weight transition from one foot through the center and then over towards the other foot. A very slow pendulum-like movement. And coming back to the center, release your forearms. You're going to walk your hands back out to a downward facing dog. And then go ahead and bend your knees, bring them down to your mat. And then just find yourself onto your sit bones into a comfortable seated position. Now we're going to stretch the outer thighs. I like to do fire logs, and there's many versions that you can take to fill in the space that works best for you. A block is optional as well. You can sit onto the block to help elevate and just keeping a neutral, comfortable seated position as you allow yourself to fold forward. If you take the fire log position, we're going to start, either way, start with your right foot. You're going to place it on top of your left. Fire logs, you want to get the right foot on top of that left knee and your left foot underneath the right. Start nice and tall first, taking a big inhale to lift through the chest. And as you exhale, maybe placing the hands in front of you and maybe just staying there. As you feel the space starting to open up, you can walk your hands a little bit further forward. Really trying to keep your sits bones connected to the earth so that they don't lift off of your mat. And then just continuing to fill in the space with the breath. Really using that breath to relax the mind, therefore relaxing the body. First, start by relaxing the muscles in your face as you take those big breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. allowing yourself to be in this moment. Take a big breath in, and I want you to hold at the top. Open the mouth. On your next inhale, gently releasing, maybe rising back up if you got a little bit deeper into it. And then from here, we're going to change sides. So shifting the weight back to bring the opposite foot either in front or placing it on top for that fire log. So your left foot is going to be on top of the right leg. And then starting nice and tall, taking that inhale, lifting through the chest. And then just exhaling, or maybe using that exhale to place the hands in front of the body, continuing to press those sits bones down so they don't lift off of your mat. And then once again, filling in those space, utilizing that breath, relaxing the mind and the body. Taking a big breath in through the nose and holding at the top. Opening the mouth. Inhaling to rise and release out of it. Shifting the weight back once again. This time we're going to open up the legs. Seated wide-legged fold. Keep the feet flexed. And then use your hands to just positioning yourself to find that space that you have today. Continuing to flex the feet, bring the toes pointing back behind you slightly so we have activated feet protecting the backs of our knees. And then once again, using your hands to shift the weight forward as far as space allows for you. Here is a great option to also utilize the blocks. The blocks have 3 levels: high level, a medium level, and a low level. You could even stack blocks if you have more than one block. You can bring your forearms onto them, helping you to just release a little bit. We're going to be here for 5 more full breaths. And so when I say 5 full breaths, taking that big inhale through your nose and exhaling right back through the nose. Trying to keep those even, steady pace. Inhaling for a count of 3, 4, or possibly 5. And exhaling for that same amount. 3 more breaths. Two more. Last full breath in. And full breath out. Walking yourself back up. Stay in the wide-legged stance. We're going to add a little bit of a side body. Again, you can bring the block to the side to give a little extra space. Bring the forearm to the block or to the outside of the left leg onto the mat or floor. Reach the right arm up to the sky and extend, reaching over towards the left as far as the space allows for you. Bring the right arm back up and down. Come back to the center, changing sides, placing the block to the outside of the right leg so you can place your forearm onto it, or maybe your forearms onto the ground. Inhale, reach the left arm up to the sky, extending over towards the right as far as the space allows for you. Release, come back up to the center. And then place your hands behind your thighs to lift up, bend the knees. Bring the soles of the feet to the front of you. We're going to lower down to our backs to take a little bit more of a back bend in the bridge pose position. So before we head down to our backs, place your hands behind your thighs. Keep a light grip as a guide, soft grip behind the thighs. Start to shift your weight back slightly. You'll feel that that core should be activated. Shoulders down away from your ears. Continue one more vertebra down, hold. Press that back, creating a C curve. Another vertebra, hold. That's why our hands are behind our thighs. Another vertebra, hold. Getting more challenging, you can do it. Another vertebra, hold. Another hold. And continue till you are all the way down onto your back. And then walk those heels a little bit closer to your glutes. We're going to come to the bridge pose now. Placing your hands down by your side, palms face down. And then pressing through your feet, tuck your chin under slightly, lift your hip bones up to the sky. Finding that bridge pose. You want to try to lift your hips up as high as you can, wrapping those thighs inward so the knees aren't falling out. Focus on holding an invisible ball or a block between your thighs. Continuing to breathe, don't hold your breath. And just as slowly as we got down to our backs, we're going to do the same thing, but this time starting at the top of your neck. One vertebra touch down to the mat, and then your next vertebra, followed by the next vertebra, so that your lower back is going to be the very last thing to touch. Use those glute muscles, control the lower. And we're going to repeat that bridge one more time. Challenge yourself just a little bit more here. Go ahead and find that bridge. Press through your feet. Lift those hips up. Tuck your chin under slightly. Option to interlace the fingers behind you underneath your back. Rolling the shoulders underneath. Continue to hold that invisible block between your thighs. Don't let those knees open up. Pressing through those feet, lifting those hips. Continue to breathe. If you have your fingers interlaced, release, bring them out to the side, lowering down one vertebra at a time. Can you go just a little bit slower than last time? Making sure the last thing that touches down is your lower back. And once you make it down, hug your knees into your chest. Make a nice little ball. Gently rock forward and back, maybe side to side. And then keeping both knees bent, bring your arms out to a side, make a T, palms face down. Take an inhale here, and as you exhale, gently lower the knees to the right side of your body, spinal twist. Rooting that left shoulder down to the ground, maybe shifting the gaze over the left shoulder. Draw the knees to the center, changing sides, gently lowering to the left, keeping the right shoulder rooted to the ground. And coming back to the center. Final tight ball. Hug it all in. Maybe draw your forehead to your knees. Big breath in. Exhale, release. Extend one leg all the way out and then the other. Release your arms down by the side. Have your palms face up. Gently draw the shoulders down away from the ears and go ahead and close your eyes for a moment. Letting yourself settle into your mat. For you've completed the practice today. If time allows and you like to take a little bit longer of a Shavasana, please do so. If this is the end of your path, your journey today, thank you for joining. And namaste.